The story of a basketball. Basketball was invented by James Naismith, a PE teacher, looking for a good, non-contact sport to play inside during the cold weather. The first game was actually played with a soccer ball. Nowadays, basketball is one of the most popular sports in the United States, if not the world. One of the most integral parts of the game is the ball itself. Originally, basketballs were nothing much to look at. Essentially, they were just inflated pieces of rubber, but the balls have changed numbers of times to accommodate for the ever-changing game. Some of these main changes were the addition of polymer threads and the pebbling of balls.
Now that we've seen some of the history behind the creation of basketball, let's look at the actual processes behind the making of one. These are all processes made in a flow shop. There are three main components of the modern basketball: the rubber core or bladder, the middle layer of nylon thread, and a leather covering or carcass. Let's start with the rubber bladder. Usually the rubber used for the inner material is synthetic or man-made. This rubber starts in sheets which are then folded into smaller sheets and cut into specific shapes. Next, this rubber undergoes vulcanization, where it is heated under pressure to improve certain qualities, and it is inflated. After the bladder is completed, it is wrapped by polymeric threads, which differ depending on the type of ball, but it's usually nylon. This is one of the large advantages of the modern basketball. These layers are in place to give the ball a more uniform spherical shape and to help it retain that shape. This, along with the rubber center, allow the ball to bounce. Finally, the carcass or covering of the ball is made. Hand-operated press punches equipped with specialized dies are used to cut out pieces of rubber or leather for the covering. This material is placed in another vulcanizer in order to attach it to the rubber bladder. Zinc and copper plates are used to imprint company names and logos along with the other information that gets put on the ball. The final outermost layer is pebbled, which is the addition of little bumps on the surface in order to increase ball control. This is another feature used in today's basketballs that wasn't originally implemented.
Materials of the basketball. Various materials are used to make a basketball. The main materials include butyl rubber, polyurethane, leather, rubber tree bark, and nylon. Butyl rubber is used to construct the bladder. The bladder is a bag-like pocket inside the ball that holds the air so the ball can ball and stuff while also keeping the shape of the basketball. Polyurethane is a material that was added during a major modification of the basketball around 2007. This increased the durability of the basketball while also allowing the basketball to be more easily gripped after prolonged usage, such as sweaty palms, making the surface of the basketball slick. Leather from cows is used to make the orange cover around the basketball that we all know and love. Rubber tree bark is used for the inner layer of the basketball that goes around the butyl rubber bladder. The nylon is used for the stripes of the basketball. Recycling. After a basketball is run through its cycle, it can be deflated and recycled because the rubber can be used to make new rubber products. The nylon fabric in the bladder can also be recycled to make nylon string or yarn. Unfortunately, the bladder cannot be recycled and it takes around 30 years to decompose.